Hi, girls. In the earlier sessions on the introduction to microorganisms, we have seen about the various classifications of microorganism and also about bacteria. We have dealt in detail about bacteria, and in this session, we shall see about virus. I shall now give a brief outline on virus. Viruses are defined as submicroscopic, self-reproducing particles. They are capable of being introduced into the living cells, and reproduction can take place only inside such cells. So these submicroscopic particles are now threatening mankind in the form of COVID-19, which has established itself as a pandemic. Virus. Virus means poison in Latin. Virus are certainly not cells. They do possess some properties of the cells. They are intermediate between living and non-living things. They are neither prokaryotes nor eukaryotes, and they are the simplest form of life. And this simplest form of life is threatening mankind. They are parasitic. They live inside the cells. When they live inside the cells, they are active. They feed, respire, reproduce, grow, and they can also move. All these can happen only when the virus gains entry into the cell. And that is why during this lockdown, the government instructs that we should remain safe indoors. When we venture outside, and if the viruses are present in the atmosphere, they may gain entry into the human body and cause illness. When they live outside the cells, they are inactive and they do not feed, respire, reproduce, grow, or move. The virus resemble the living organisms in the intracellular state, which means when the virus gains entry into the host and they live inside the cell, that is intracellular, they resemble the living organism, and the non-living chemicals in the extracellular state. So when they are present outside the living cell, they are just a form of non-living chemical. Hence, virus is called as the living chemicals. You can see here the structure of the virus. Let us now look into the characteristics of viruses. Viruses are extremely smaller in size. They are much smaller than the bacteria. Viruses are invisible under the light microscope, and the size of the virus ranges from 100 angstrom to 2500 angstrom units. They are visible only through the electron microscope, and they are potentially infectious. They have a single nucleic acid, and it may be either a DNA or an RNA. Viruses do not contain cellular structures like all the other cells have. Even the bacteria has the cellular structures, whereas the virus do not contain cellular structures such as the plasma membrane, mitochondria, Golgi complex, lysosomes, ribosomes, etc. Viruses can be crystallized. So this is another example of the structure of virus. Viruses do not grow and divide. Like we have seen earlier in the bacterial cell can grow and the bacterial cell can divide. Whereas here the viruses, they cannot divide. A fully formed virus does not increase in size and they cannot divide, but only its nucleic acids, that is the DNA or the RNA present in the virus is capable of division. Virus living on animals are called as animal viruses or zoophaginae. Example, the polio virus. The viruses that live on plants are called as the plant virus or phytophaginae. Example, the tobacco mosaic virus. The virus that live on bacteria are called as bacterial viruses. Bacteria itself is a microorganism. These viruses can infect or grow on the bacteria, and when they grow on the bacteria, they are called as bacteriophages. The shape of the virus may be rod-shaped, bullet-shaped, brick-shaped. They may be spherical, oval, or irregular. The virus consists of two major compounds. They have a protein coat called as the capsid and a core that is made up of nucleic acid. Only two parts. They have a capsid and a core. The core is called as the nucleic acid. The nucleic acid may be either a DNA or an RNA. So this is the most popular coronavirus. Here we can look into the structure of the virus. You can see the capsid or the protein sheath and the DNA present in the bacteriophage. And in the tobacco mosaic virus, you can see the capsid and the RNA. Similarly, in the HIV human immunodeficiency virus, you can see the protein envelope, the capsid, and also the RNA. Thank you. We are not going to learn in detail about virus because it is not required. We just need to know only the outline of the virus. So in this segment, we have just seen an outline about the virus, but there are plenty of things to learn about virus. And those students who are interested can find material on viruses. You can go through the material and know the details about the virus, the different types of viruses that are present, and what are all the different infections they cause.